My husband wants a white name for our baby because she's already looking Middle Eastern.
What?
I'm Middle Eastern and my husband is white. When we started dating, I told him that my culture was a big deal for me and I wasn't sure if we'd last since I was probably going to be more interested in someone who had the same ethnicity and values and all that. By the way, this comes from user ExpressF, and if you want to submit your own stories, submit them to the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
Yeah, so really quick, this marriage is going to be over by the end of this story, I would guess. That's my prediction.
I mean, they already have a baby, so...
Yeah, and apparently it's too Middle Eastern and needs to be more white, according to the husband, which is insane.
That's very crazy. I want to see what they want to... Okay, let's just get to it. Not only that, my parents are strict Catholics, and he didn't even know what religion was. He said he was maybe Christian or something, but he wasn't sure. I'm maybe Christian or something, but I'm not sure. He was pretty insistent that he'd try. He chased me for a while, and he took me to a Middle Eastern restaurant for our first date. So corny, but I love him. He was really open to learning about my culture and everything. He was almost fascinated with all of it. Basically, my life was my big fat Greek wedding. I was partially embarrassed by everything and thought it would scare him away, but he seemed to love it. Nice.
Cool.
We got married.
Keyword seemed right there. Keyword is seemed.
Yeah. We got married and things were going well. I'm pregnant now and we were talking about our baby. Some stuff that he said just bothered me and I want to know if I'm crazy or was it weird. I have pale skin and black hair with brown eyes, but green eyes do run in my family. My husband has brown hair and green eyes. He had bleached blonde hair and as a baby, like the blondest baby ever, and it darkened by the time he was a kid. I know a lot of people with that. It's kind of crazy. You know someone like that?
Yeah, me.
You had blonde hair?
Oh yeah, my hair was super blonde when I was a kid.
Okay. We were talking about how our baby would look and I was teasing him that she'd definitely look like me because darker features are dominant and he has brown hair too. And then he brought up how he used to be blonde. So I told him, how do you know? My hair is pretty much black, so she's probably gonna have really dark hair. I don't think she'll have a blonde phase. Never know. He seemed kind of upset about that because he wanted his daughter to have cute blonde hair, but I told him it was okay and she'll have green eyes like him. And he was like, no, I'm pretty sure she's gonna come out looking like one of you guys. Okay. I told him that, yeah, she's gonna look at least a little Arab. I don't even know what he meant by that. I didn't want to ruin the mood, so I just continued the talk and he seemed upset in a way. We started talking about baby names and he had really cute name ideas. They were nice, but I asked him what we thought about the names I liked and he just blurted out, can't we just give her a white name? She's my baby too.
What?
No.
What is this?
I was not giving her ethnic names. I brought up American names too. I really like Diana, for example, which is Arabic, and I know my family would really like that, and it's an English name too. I can't exactly go to my parents and be like, yeah, our baby's name is Jennifer.
Yes.
Jennifer's a fine name.
Our baby's name is Susan.
Yeah. Not only that, I want her name to be related to my culture. Diana doesn't sound ethnic, and it's obviously not hard to pronounce or anything, and she wouldn't be bullied at school, like Keon.
Aw, little boy.
I relate to this story.
No, little bit.
Bro, my teachers, I think I could count on maybe 2 hands that the amount of teachers who got my name right on the first day.
Kayan.
Ooh, that was one of them. And it's a white name. I thought it was the best of both worlds. I would be so open to giving her whatever American middle name he wants, but our baby is gonna be 50% Middle Eastern and 50% white. I think she should have a first name that's connected to both cultures.
It's just crazy to me that this is reading like OP is somehow just realizing that her husband is kind of a bigot.
And an idiot. He's like, she's gotta have blonde hair. I need her to have blonde hair.
Big, dumb bigot man.
Do you not know how genetics work, my guy?
To be fair, a lot of people probably don't really know how genetics work at all.
Dumb. He got mad and said I wasn't taking him into consideration, and he wants to choose the name since I made her look Arab, and I got my part.
Since I made her look Arab,
bro.
I made her look Arab.
This should have been a discussion way before y'all started dating.
Yeah. Also, brother, it takes 2 to make a baby. Y'all both made the baby look however it looks.
Hey, also, you're dating OP.
You stupid little crustacean of a man.
You little lawn shrimp.
You're a lawn shrimp.
I asked him to calm down since we don't even know how she looks, and for all we know, she may have blonde hair and green eyes and looks nothing like me and 100% will look like him. He just got mad and continued on, and then he was like, by the way, hummus is gross, and went to bed. Dude, this guy is so dumb. This guy is so dumb.
These are things where it's like, how do you want me to control hummus, bro? How do you not suss any of this out? Like, like the first 2 weeks that you're together with this guy.
Yeah, and I guarantee you,
There's no way he did not pull some of this behavior earlier in the relationship.
I guarantee you this guy loves hummus. Now, I'm sitting here in our living room wondering what to do. LOL. We have relevant comments. Oh, I'm so excited for these comments. Fish you can't swim. I am Asian and my husband is white. When we got together and decided to have children, we went through similar emotions, with me wanting to give respect to my culture and traditions and him being born the perfect Aryan child. Blonde hair, blue eyes, wanting more input. What I learned was, being part of certain ethnic groups, we tend to take our culture seriously and think white people have no culture. But they do. Him wanting a white name and being petulant is his way of wanting to be a part of this. He has made a lot of effort in the past during your courtship in trying to embrace your culture. He's probably feeling like you are trying to say that your culture is far more superior than his, since your child is going to end up with similar features to yours. I know it's not in your intention to exclude him in any way, and you are right to feel a bit puzzled by his behavior, but I think you need to open the conversation with him and try to see where he might be coming from. He's the opposite of being racist.
I don't know about the opposite of being racist. I don't know if that. The reality is, I think he is being a bit racist by being like, well, you guys already, it's like, by just implying like we need to give her a white name because she's already going to be not white.
That's kind of ridiculous.
So it's like that's your, and you guys get that, I guess, where it's like she's already going to have the worst way to look, or the worst way of being, so we'll give her the better name. It's like, that's the vibe, and it's so weird.
I was going to say, do you know what I want to get? What's your last name? Is it like, because guess what? Yeah. Your daughters probably get your last name. Brother.
It's my thing with whoever I would have a theoretical kid with. It's just like, we have to determine whose last name is just cooler.
My name, my full name, it goes from ethnic to white. Ethnic to white, because I have 2 last names.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is I'm relating to this story a lot, actually.
This is actually your story.
Yeah, this is my story. Guess what? I want to name my child something similar to like what I went through, because it definitely gave me personal.
You don't want like a Jim?
No, no, I don't want a like.
You don't want a
Ben? No.
Do you want a Tammy?
No. OP says, thank you for your comment. I know I got a ton of comments that he's racist and this and that. I don't think that's it. He loves me and he loves my family and my culture.
Yeah, maybe he was just being so flippant and we were not. Maybe it was being the way that read. It certainly read like he was being that way.
I think he's just really dumb. Maybe he's in the moment, but it's very true. Like, you are getting, it's a conversation for both the parents, because guess what? It is a conversation for both the parents. You can't just jump the bridge here and be like, yes, that's what we're going with. But like, you're like, hey, I want to embrace my culture, but I want to embrace your culture or what you want. Let's have a mutual discussion about this.
It just felt so disrespectful the way it was written.
It was. No, I think so. I think Diana is a perfectly fine name, because OP was trying to get a name that is, a middle, I guess, Arab, that OP said that it comes from Arab descent, but also it's an easy name to pronounce. It's a beautiful name. Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Yeah. He loves me and he loves my family and my culture. I think he's just a bit concerned with our baby being 100% Arab with her appearance and name, and he wants to feel represented too, which I understand, in his last name. That's the reason why I want a name that we will both appreciate, something Arabic and American, simple and easy to understand. He knows how important that is for me, so I don't think he's trying to completely overlook what I want. I think maybe he got annoyed since we already were discussing how she might look like me and not inherit any of his features. Some top comments again. Wandering Rose 07, your husband has issues aside. Diana is a beautiful name that has been used in many cultures and has many meanings. It's also a timeless classic that never dates itself, like some 90s names I can think of. I'd be sure to point out to your husband that Diana truly connects your cultures and has great cultural symbolism. Princess Diana, of course, but also Wonder Woman! Look at that!
Yeah!
I called it!
He did it!
LG Platinum says, better name her hummus.
Yeah. It's time. The time is now.
Sody Pop says, the ultimatum for him, we can name her Diana or hummus. You get to pick.
Yeah, perfect.
It's the meme of name your child what you love, and you're like, man, I love you, Star Wars Lego. I love you, X-Wing.
I love you, PlayStation 2.
Update. Not really sure if anyone is interested, but we talked it out. He felt like the baby would look 100% like me and nothing like him, and he was feeling left out. He said she wouldn't feel like his baby if she looked completely like me and had a name that I chose and that he had no part in. That's it. He's not or disgusting or doesn't want to air a baby. So I reassured him that we have no idea how she'd even look. Again, they're going to combine. You're going to combine your features. Yeah. It will happen.
You're going to mix your alleles together.
Again, genetics.
Like, I don't know. I think out of anyone involved here, like the one person who would have the best like bead on like, is the husband is definitely OP, the wife.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to believe her. But OP, you wrote that like your husband was being very racist.
Yes.
Okay?
But I know what he means. He really had to accommodate all these years, which I am so appreciative of. He did not have to do that. He could have taken the easy way out and dumped me for someone that didn't require so much effort. But he learned to love our foods and learned literally 5 words of Arabic to show my family and impress them. Also, he's not a racist at all. Oh, he's really putting that in our heads.
Really hammering that one home.
Okay. He's an amazing guy, and I'm so lucky to be with him. So, we're going to find out names together. If we both agree on an American name, it's fine. She really is going to be surrounded by her Arab heritage so much with our big family and everything. If a name helps him feel more connected to our baby, it's all his. Nah, don't give him... It's again, discuss it. And you know it's all yours?
What?
You! Tuning in to episodes with stories just like this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast from, and just search OK Storytime. We have a plethora of Dakota looking like that. Literally, that's what it is. You just want that?
Look at that.
We have a lot more, and there's a little bit more left to the story. But Dakota,
I think it's warrants a discussion. I think I don't know, like my biggest thing was that, like, it really feels like he just doesn't want his kid to, that he's upset his kid's gonna be Arabic. But I guess it's not true. But also find a compromise. Find a compromise.
Yeah, find a compromise. I think again, Diana was a beautiful name, and you have your reasons. But maybe what does he want? Like, go down a list and see. Like, okay,
he's
then
like,
you cross. It's literally like your March Madness bracket. Like,
Was it-
okay, okay, we're gonna do Diana and then Sally.
he's like,
and then
I want to name
Rose-
my kid Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were like, okay, Sally off the list. You know, Megan off the list.
Why don't you guys just go through Arabic names, and then he'll find some that he likes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
He'll be like, I didn't know that was an Arabic name.
Also, I would really discuss with him why he doesn't like hummus.
I mean, he's just kidding.
I don't know.
That had to. I feel like maybe that's why it was misinterpreted.
I got it right here, right now.
Oh, yeah?
Let's just get into the story. He apologized for dissing hummus and acting a little childish, and I apologize for being controlling and not taking his feelings or his own culture into account. But we are fine.
Good.
We all made up now, and I love him.
Okay.
Relevant comments.
Fair enough.
Vacancy contender. I love this ending. Super happy you guys resolved this.
Yeah.
OP says, thank you. So am I. I hate fighting with my husband so much. It's the worst feeling in the world, and I'm so glad we can move on and just focus on finding a brand new name together. Pineapple Battle says, man, I'm just glad he took back what he said about hummus. Excuse me says, what kind of monster insults hummus? Even in anger, you leave hummus out of your personal problems. And that's the end of that story. Yeah, I was on that too. I'm like, bro, what's wrong
Hummus
with
champion.
hummus? What did hummus do to you?
Hummus has done nothing wrong ever.
I think you
in
need
its
to
entire
name,
life.
I think out of this context, you need to name your daughter Hummus.
It's time to name your daughter at least Sabra.
Yeah.
But that is the end of that story, and that means it's also the end of this episode. So, if you love us, make sure you subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.